Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. For me, it's so ridiculous when I hear, for instance, a country or the leadership of a country, some weasels, pointing their fingers at other countries, other leadership, other nations for something that they do or, they don't do. And say, well, you see, you do this, you shouldn't do this. So they are lecturing other countries for doing something or for not doing, basically. In this case, we have the European Union and other countries from the, the big club pointing their finger at Iran, how it dealt with the latest protests and riots and this, related to that 22-year-old girl that died of a heart attack while in the custody of the, morality police in Iran. I might disagree with some other countries' laws or traditions or however they decide to rule their country and conduct their business. That's not mine. It's not my house. It's not my country. All right? They do whatever they want. Well, I can have an opinion on that, but in order for me to show my virtues, how should I put it? Superior morality, I think that's it's ridiculous because there's nothing that they did that I didn't do. That's what bothers me, is when you hear this, let's say the French or the Americans pointing their finger at or the Germans at the Iranians and say, hey, you are not respecting these rights, hey, you are not you beat the protesters, which are rioters, turned protesters into some of them are rioters. They destroy property and they destroy the safety of the society. The government's role is to keep that. That's why you pay the police. You give taxes. The police ensures the safety of everyone. So if you are enraged, don't destroy my property, okay? That's a different way of dealing with those things. So anyway, if you remember, France and other countries were pointing the fingers and say, hey, well, United Nations, do something about it because the Tehran is mismanaging and mistreating its own population. Probably they did, probably they didn't, but let's say they did. Didn't you ever? Hey, friends, hey, United States, never? And then if you say, yeah, but it was then, well, the same I can say about Tehran. Well, it was about 3 days ago. Yours was what? Yours was what? 2 years ago? So that what it matters? You change now or something? No, but this, virtue signaling kind of makes me laugh and irritates me in the same time. Kind of like, Now what happened? If you know that in Paris there was a killing, a guy shot 3. They say activists, Kurdish activists, or whatever they were. We don't know yet. They say this guy was an idiot, he just hated whatever immigrants, he was xenophobic, he was this, whatever, okay, whatever he was. All right, the problem is he killed 3 people. Now, if someone kills 3 people in my neighborhood, I don't think my neighborhood is going to jump up, get their guns and their baseball bats and destroy the Macy's store or Gucci or who knows what other store, because we are just enraged and we don't want to keep it down. I don't think it happens. And if it happens, that's wrong. Okay? It's wrong if I do it, it's wrong if they do it. It's wrong if the Iranians are doing, it's wrong if the Kurds are doing, or whoever, whatever group or whomever. So the Kurds decided that they were enraged with that crime, and then they decided to riot. Not to protest, to riot. They fought with the police, they did this. And the French Paris police started, dare I say it, mistreating or at least providing safety for the rest of the population, which is a normal, good thing. That's exactly what I would do it. And I assure you that if I would be allowed to work within legal boundaries, I will take care of those guys in about 30 minutes. That's all you need to put down a riot that destroys property, threatens people, and so on. 30 minutes you need. You need a few examples, if you know what I mean. If those examples, you show the limits. And when you say, okay, these are the boundaries. I'm eager to go over here. Legally, that's legal. There's not going to be anything illegal or anything, a crime or something. No, just enforce the law And I guarantee you, in half an hour, the Kurds, the Romanians, the whomever you want, they will go home and will stay in their fucking homes. And if they don't, I don't think they want to work with the government within the legal frame, if you know what I mean. I think you know exactly what I mean. That's why I think the southern border of the United States could be solved, if you allow me, in one day. I don't need 24 hours. I need just the daylight. Maybe I can work during the nighttime for about 2 or 3 times, and I guarantee you the illegal crossing of the border will decrease to less than 1% in one day. And I will not commit crimes. I will not do anything illegal. I will respect human rights. I will just enforce the laws of the country. And I guarantee you, in one day, 12 hours give me. 12 hours. And I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who is able to do that. But just, you know. So what happened here? This article comes from Sputnik. It is from today, the 27th of December 2022. I said, pot, meat, cattle. Tehran trolls France following crackdown on Paris protesters. All right, so can you guess what happened? All right, the French capital was engulfed in violence Saturday as police clashed with protesters demanding justice for 3 people fatally shot at a local Kurdish cultural center a day earlier. Don't worry, hold your horses. The justice is not like in other countries, just go with a machete and cut him in pieces. He's over there, he's arrested, he's in prison, he's in jail, he's in custody, and there's a legal system in France. You know what that is? A legal system, motherfuckers? Okay, it's a process. It's not like here, oh, you did it, I'm just gonna cut your balls right now and kill the whole family. Right? It's not like that. Or at least as far as I remember. I don't know, maybe things change in Europe. You know, civilization goes down, and United States. It's very strange because these things change mostly in the European nations. Europe, United States, Australia, Canada, New Zealand. These guys are supposed to be like this. They are going like that. But you don't hear these kind of things in, let's say, I don't know, let's say Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe is doing whatever he wants, and for good reason. That's their culture. They do whatever they want. That's their nation. That's their country. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean. So, police cracked down hard using tear gas, truncheons, and riot gear, which demonstrators overturning cars. Why? Why do you need to overthrow cars? Overturn cars, throwing rocks and smashing shop windows. Why? I will take care of those. They should be, they are, I'm assuming, videotaped and then identified, arrested, and French law, if you still have it, gonna take care of it. The process. We're not gonna have the shop owner come and take care of you as you want to take care of the guy who killed those 3 people, okay? We're not gonna apply the same bullshit. All right, the Iranian Foreign Ministry's official spokesman and the chief of the country's High Council for Human Rights have reacted to French authorities' crackdown against pro-Kurdish protesters in Paris, pointing to French hypocrisy in criticizing Tehran's response to violent riots while engaging in similar or even more brutal tactics at home. Any questions? All right. And I'm quoting, certain regimes that level false accusations against Iran have themselves committed and continue to commit them against their own nations and people in the most outrageous manner. Foreign Ministry spokesman Nasser Kanani wrote in a tweet on Tuesday. Now you tell me what's going on, no? Anyway, accusing Iran's Western critics of being nothing but fake claimants to human rights, Kanani ask how much longer such hypocrisy could continue. I tell you, I can answer that, Kanani. As long as human beings are populating this planet and they have a brain and they are as the Creator made them. And yeah, I think that's what it is. So I think it's this is another example of hypocritical way of dealing with stuff. And remember what happened in many other locations here in the United States of America when there were some rioters. They were allowed to do the bullshit without putting down the lawlessness. It's always like this, you know. The big criminal points out to the bigger, to the smaller criminal. Like, you know, it's just Americans are, for instance, are lecturing everybody in not to using nuclear weapons for good reason, but they're the only ones who used it. And they say, hey, you should not have nuclear weapons, you should not have nuclear weapons, when you are the only perpetrator. The only proven, not perpetrator, it's just you were indicted, accused, and, you're clearly, guilty of doing it. So, but that's how it is. And then I'm supposed to cry for oh my God, look at Iranians, they're doing what they're doing. That's not right what they're doing. But I hate when these guys are pointing their fingers over there and they do it the same way, or even worse. Anyway, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.